This is Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge and hosted at Rivers Street Ale House on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield. Your weekly inside scoop on App State basketball. Mountaineer Talk is also brought to you by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward together. Now, to get things started, here's your host.
Beginning in the summer when I came here, just trusting my teammates really. My teammates put me in a great position, and I was just doing what I can do out there.
Let's talk about your journey to App State. And most recently, you were at Stephen F. Austin for 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. One of your coaches there a couple years ago was Tanner Smith. Now you're assistant coach again with the Mountaineers. Mm-hmm. Speak to your relationship with him and how that may have paved the way for you coming to Boone.
When I first visited SFA, Coach Tanner was one of the first coaches I met. He's a great dude, and throughout the season he's been great. It was unfortunate that he had to leave my second year at SFA. And then after my second year, once I hit the portal, he hit me up again, and we just reunited.
What was it about him that made you confident that you wanted to be a part of his next team that he was with?
Just being around him. So it's not nothing that that I don't know. It's not like fake vibes or anything. So I know who he is as a person. He's a great coach. So it made the decision process much easier.
You talked about enjoying the time with your teammates this season. What are the things that you enjoy doing with this group when it's away from basketball?
Just hanging out. We come here at L House sometimes. Not as much during the season, but during the summer, that's where the hangout spot was for real. And
what's your order? What's your go-to here?
I usually get the wings.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What flavor?
I try to change it up.
Okay.
I usually get the mild or barbecue.
All right, mild or barbecue.
Yeah.
Let's go back to your high school career. You played at Montverde Academy. It's one of the premier high school destinations in the country. What was it that was the confidence boost for you to put yourself out there and to go that route and to play at a school that has a tremendous reputation for talent?
I actually went there for prep. High school, I went to university school. I was fortunate to win two state championships, and I got to play in the Geico Nationals. Was runner-up there, played against great players throughout my career. And then after I did a prep year at Montverde, went there, did a little workout or whatever, talked to the coach, told me what it was going to be, and I just made a decision to go there. And then it just, the connections and all the coaching and training just helped me become the player that I am today.
Were you aware of the NBA legacy that has kind of preceded you with all the guys that have come through there?
Oh, yeah. Growing up, everybody knows Montverde. It don't matter where you're from. But just being there and just being able to get the coaching that those guys received, it was a blessing. And it made me become a better player. And being away from home, it was like college before college. Kind of being on your own, having those responsibilities without your parents around, yeah.
So fast forward back to your time here at App State. You talk about the coaching that you receive and your continued growth. Mm-hmm. Speak to the little things that you've kind of done to hone your game, because you're a veteran, you've been around, but certainly we've seen you continue to progress and blossom and get better as the years gone along.
Just these coaches, they have a lot of trust in me. They let me go out there, make mistakes, and as long as I'm just out there flying around, I'm good. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, shout out Coach Zorg. I did most of my workouts with him, and as the season went along, you see how the workouts and how it just translates to the game as we watch film together.
What are those things that when you're watching film, you're paying especially close attention to?
With me and him, it's mostly about positioning. For real, whether that's catching the ball as close to the basket, and if I don't catch it as close to the basket, how am I going to work my way to get an easy look at the basket? So yeah, it's just about positioning before the catch.
You use the phrase flying around, and I know that's something you guys take pride in, is playing team defense, flying around, covering for one another. There have been times this season where just because of rotations and whatnot, you've been matched on guards, and you've been able to hold your own from a footwork perspective. What goes in to being able to stay with smaller and quicker defenders the way you've shown that you can do?
I mean, I move pretty good for my size, but it's also just trusting. Like from when we started the preseason process, it didn't matter if you were a big or a guard, you're going to be on the perimeter defending. So just sticking to that technique and all the drills that they put us through. No matter where you are on the court, just do what they tell you to do.
All right, you guys had the weekend off, kind of recharge, reset, rejuvenate yourselves, heading to Pensacola on Wednesday. What's the message? What's been the discussion between you and your teammates as you start this new season, right? It's single elimination, one game at a time the rest of the way. What's the discussion like between the guys?
Discussion is basically us sticking together. It was plenty of times throughout the season where we had little downfalls and stuff, and we were going through one right now. And whenever we break through, it's like we one of the best teams in the country. And we had a very tough practice today, like a beginning of the season, middle of the season practice, and that was the type of practice that we had whenever we had little downfalls throughout the season. So as long as we keep sticking together, this group we just gonna break through for real.
What characterizes a tough practice? What makes it the most challenging?
We did a lot of competing today. As the season go along, you don't really do a lot of one-on-one drills. So yeah, we really got to one-on-one stuff, a lot of competition stuff, getting defensive stops and that type of stuff. And it was like a 2-hour practice. You don't really see those type of long practices at this time of the season. So we really got after it today.
All right, last one for you. Your first day of school picture, right, with your whiteboard, when you guys all got to campus, you talked about after basketball, you wanted to get into marketing. Is there a vision there that you have beyond basketball for what you want to do?
I haven't really thought about it yet, but if you guys didn't know, I got my degree in marketing. So, I mean, that's the field I'll be headed into after I'm done playing. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. It's really been basketball playing A right now.
Well, congratulations on earning that degree and on a great season. Best of luck as we head into the tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jaleel Bobrin joining us here tonight on Mountaineer Talk as we kick off the show. Again, Mountaineer Talk is presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward together. We'll take a timeout. Come back with head coach Dustin Kearns as Mountaineer Talk continues right after this from Learfield.
Is more than the sum of its parts in sports and in life. At Blue Ridge Energy, we share the same commitment to excellence as the Appalachian State men's and women's basketball teams. That's why we'll never stop working to provide the energy solutions your family needs and the community deserves. Blue Ridge Energy is proud to be part of the community, proud to be part of App Nation, and proud to partner with App State. Together, we're powering a brighter future. Go Mountaineers!
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
We'll have more Mountaineer Talk right after these local messages on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
What does it mean to be first for teaching? First, we listen. First, we engage. First, we recognize potential. You have what it takes: the drive, the smarts, and the heart to be the kind of educator who changes and inspires lives. 2 million kids are waiting for you, but first, your journey starts right here. Be first. Be an App State teacher. Learn more at firstteach.appstate.edu.
Hey Mountaineer fans, did you know UNC Health Caldwell proudly serves the high country by providing services like women's health, primary and urgent care, cancer care, spine care, urology, and more? When you or a loved one receives care at UNC Health Caldwell, count on compassionate patient-centered care from a skilled team of healthcare providers. For more information on healthcare services from Blowing Rock to Hickory, visit www.caldwellmemorial.org.
You're locked in to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, talking all things App State basketball. Let's rejoin your host, Matt Present.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk here at River Street Ale House in Boone. Head coach Dustin Kearns alongside his comments today, brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. And coach, we were visiting with Jaleel Bobrun, one of the big additions to this year's team, and just speak to, you know, you've constructed this team throughout the offseason and you dipped into different avenues, the high school ranks, the JUCO ranks. He's a transfer from the Division I level. Your journey in finding him and what that recruiting process was like.
Yeah, well, Jaleel's been a great addition to our program, and obviously we had a relationship there with Tanner Smith, our assistant coach, at Stephen F. Austin. You know, Jaleel started at Division II, transferred to Stephen F. Austin, got his degree, had his extra year, and we've been thrilled that he's been with us. He's really been the anchor of our defense. He's been one of my favorite guys as a coach, great guy, great funny personality to him, and, certainly a big part of what we do defensively and offensively. I mean, he's had some really big game offensively, and certainly, but certainly I feel like he's the anchor of our defense.
I think it's a lot easier for fans to appreciate what someone's doing on the offensive end. It's easy to see the guy who makes the bucket. It's harder to see what goes on at times away from the plate defensively. What does he do to cement himself as that anchor for everyone around him?
Well, he's a rim protector, but he also just covers teammates up. He helps take care of the basketball, and certainly he's just a guy that, if a guy gets beat off the dribble, he's right there to help. He's a guy that really is just a big part of our team defense.
I was talking with him about the fact that Tanner Smith coached him as an assistant at Stephen F. Austin, and he seemed really excited to reunite with Tanner here in Boone. That's got to be a two-way street, right? Both guys have to have buy-in. What was the initial report from Tanner as you guys went through that process?
Yeah, I spoke really highly of him. Obviously, we liked his film. We felt like that, having his experience in the front court, and then that helped us too with our vacancies in the front court. Having an experienced guy like Jaleel, the roster fit for him as well. But certainly, he's been great, and I think he's going to have a really big Sun Belt tournament.
You talk about fit and you talk about a roster, and so much of basketball has trended into more of a guards game, more of a face-up game, less of a back-to-the-basket game. To be able to have him and CJ as two guys on the court at the same time that can play back to the basket, what does that allow you to do that maybe other teams can't?
Well, it's a lot of great size, a lot of great length, athleticism. Jaleel's, became a shot blocker as well. Great verticality guy, protecting the rim. But certainly having two guys like that with their length and athleticism, helping us protect the paint is a big part of our team defense.
All right, some big awards came out today from the Sun Belt Conference. Miles Tate, first-team all-conference selection. C.J. Huntley, second-team conference selection. We'll go in order, starting with Miles and what he's accomplished this year. I think highlighted by his lead in the Sun Belt and assists, 12 20-point games. At what point was it clear to you that he had taken a sizable step forward from last year to this year?
Obviously Miles was a big part of our team last year, but, this year, just from a leadership standpoint and certainly a play with what he's done, playmaking abilities, make other people better, certainly on the court with his assist is, certainly. And then he just, Miles is a good player. I just really feel like that he was very consistent throughout the year. And, having a first-team all-conference in a 14-team league, so you got 14 teams, you only got 15 spots. Everybody's got more than one good player, right? So to have a guy on first team is a big deal, and just says a lot about Miles, and really, really proud and happy for him.
No doubt. And then for CJ, he's had 10 double-doubles in his last 16 games. Didn't have one at all in his first 4 years. What did he do to take that next step?
CJ worked hard this offseason. He really took the advice that he got in the NBA stuff and really, applied it. And credit to him. A lot of hard work, a lot of extra workouts paid off. CJ's a guy that, I've seen every one of his points, went in the living room, seen all that process through, so that's very rewarding. And then me and him talked about today, like him being second team. Once again, there's 14 teams, and like the second team, the leading scorer in the league's on second. Like it's a really good group of players. And so for him to be recognized as a top 10 player in this league is just awesome for him. So happy for him. To get that award. And, there's nothing wrong with individual goals. And I know those were goals for those guys to be all league players and get that accolade and recognition. There's nothing wrong with that because they're also team guys. And also our team helped those guys get it too. And I think that with us finishing in the top half, that helped us get two guys recognition as well. There's some teams that didn't have any, and those were teams at the bottom of the league.
Well, and those two guys, not only did they have incredible individual seasons, but so much of what you guys do, especially offensively, is with them together in that high ball screen setup. How have they helped each other and the rest of the team too, but really each other in the way they play that?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting those guys in a two-man game, a pick-and-roll situation is really good for us. And so they have certainly helped each other. Obviously, our team, like somebody like Jalil, Miles getting in there and dumping off, that obviously adds to his assist. And so, it's a great testament to our team, but also, the hard work that Miles and CJ, I think in our 6 years here, that's our 12th all-conference player. I'm very, very proud of that.
No doubt. All right, plenty more to get to. Tournament play begins on Friday. We'll touch on that when we come back. Hey, Mountaineers, make sure to check out App State's online MBA, which allows you to earn our nationally recognized MBA from wherever you are. Check it out online at mba.appstate.edu. More with head coach Dustin Kearns on Mountaineer Talk right after this from Learfield.
We have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
For over 60 years, Daniel Boone Inn has been serving Boone and the High Country delicious family-style meals that take you back to your grandma's table. Whether it's our family-style dinner with our signature fried chicken and country ham biscuits served with traditional Southern vegetables, or our classic Southern breakfast with such favorites as scrambled eggs, local country ham, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, and more, you're sure to feel right at home at the Daniel Boone Inn. So be sure to stop by in pregame, postgame, or let us prepare your next tailgate at The Rock.
Mountaineer Talk is back in 60 seconds after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Keep the winter temperatures outside with propane heat from G&B Energy. We're your local providers for cost-effective propane to heat your water, warm your home, and cook your meals, even if the power goes out. For a limited time, take advantage of rebates, like up to $350 in savings on select Cozy Heat fireplaces, up to $400 on select furnaces, and tankless water heaters starting at only $295. Visit gbenergy.com to learn more. G&B Energy, family-owned and North Carolina grown.
Hey, Mountaineer fans, it's game day, and Harris Teeter knows your party is just as important as the game. With mouth-watering wings, delicious dips, pre-ordered party platters to please any crowd, and not to mention the best pizzas, ribs, and ready-to-grill pub burgers in town. Only Harris Teeter can deliver delicious as you huddle up with family and friends to celebrate. Set a reminder to order ahead if you need party platters, and make Harris Teeter your pre-game stop before the next game. Harris Teeter, where Mountaineer fans shop for their delicious game day.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now for more App State Hoops talk, here's Matt President.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk here from River Street Ale House in Boone. Thanks for being with us as we continue our conversation with head coach Dustin Kearns. And Jaleel mentioned a tough practice today. What is it like when you end the season? It's such a grind. You get a couple days off. What does the week ahead look like as you try to prepare for tournament time?
Well, I tell you, Saturday felt like I took a red-eye flight. You know, we got back at, I mean, you were with us, a little after 5 in the morning there. But we had the rest of the day, Saturday, Sunday off. You know, we have been in a couple valleys this year, okay? We lost to Miami, Ohio. We lost to Wisconsin. It was a little bit of a valley. We got back to just practicing, and then we won four in a row. Okay, during December we lost 5 Division I games in a row, competing hard, playing really good competition. We got back to just practicing. There's many times, and Jaleel will tell you that I think about their bodies, and we do a lot of walkthroughs and things like that. But I thought it was important the next couple of days to really. But once again, after that, we won 5 games in a row. So when we've been in some valleys, not only do we get out of it, we get out of it in a nice little streak. So we've taken the same approach here, got back to just competing, practicing a little bit. We haven't practiced in a long time, as crazy as that sounds. I mean, you were with us twice last week. You're traveling, you got a game, you're doing walkthroughs, and so it was really good to get back to practicing, and we'll do that again tomorrow.
Because you mentioned practice, there's a tool that I've seen you guys using at practice, and it may date back further than when I first noticed, but a couple weeks ago, you put a literal plastic lid on top of the basket. Explain what that is and what it allows you guys to do.
Yeah, it's a bubble, and so, every shot that goes up is a miss, right? So it helps our rebounding. We didn't particularly rebound great this past weekend, so it's, getting back to just having some natural misses there and getting back to rebound the basketball. Once again, I know I talked a lot about Jaleel. Jaleel was the anchor of our defense. We rank one of the top defensive teams in the country, and Jaleel's a huge part of that. And so he's been great for us. He's been really fun to coach. He's became one of my favorite guys, and so he's low key, pretty funny dude, And so he. But, obviously he's had some really big games offensively for us, but, we need him on both ends of the floor.
All right, so you head into the tournament. You play Friday. This is a brand-new format, and I know it's one that you like. Certainly adds value to the regular season. Discuss your perspective on the new look format that stretches things out the way it does.
Yeah, so it's a new format. Certainly, in a quote one bid league, you try to protect your top seeds. The Sun Belt hasn't had a 1 seed play in the championship game since 2019. Obviously, we were the 1 last year, and so it rewards the regular season. It puts you in a good position, and so the only way to do our tournament and the women's tournament at the same time is under this format. And so part of it is that, right? Like to play both us and the women at the same time. That's the way it's got to look. 2 games a day each. But ultimately, it rewards the regular season, and it puts a lot of emphasis on that. And so, I like our path. I like our bracket. And so, once again, once you get down there, you take 1 game at a time, and then you just go off of momentum and adrenaline.
Well, you guys have been down there every year that you've been the coach here, and certainly you won it in 2021. You've won at least 1 game in all but 1 year. In your experience, what do you take away from a tournament setup that allows you to be successful? What are the keys and what makes it different than the run of regular season play?
Yeah, there's going to be adversity, okay, whether it's somebody getting 2 fouls early, whether it's somebody twisting an ankle, whether somebody hitting a 40-foot heave when you're up 3, right? Like, and so it's tournament play. It's March Madness for a reason, right? And then, there's got to be a true belief from everybody, coaches, players, in each other. And I do think we have that. We've known what we're capable of. We finished 4 on the 6 on the road, and we dropped 3 of those, but those road games in our league are really difficult. And so, but there is a huge belief in our program that because we know what we're capable of, and especially when you get down there on a neutral court, right? And so, you got to prepare for the adversity, and you just got to take 1 game at a time. You can't get to Monday if you don't take care of Friday. And so our focus is, and we don't know who we're playing, obviously. So, we got to triple by ourselves. Right, and so there's an advantage in that, and so just taking 1 game at a time. But once you get 1 game, down, you're off adrenaline. Now you've got almost an advantage getting a game on the court and things like that.
Lastly, you mentioned the format and the fact that we won't learn the opponent till late Thursday night. What is the approach as we sit here Monday? It could be 4 different teams.
Yeah.
How do you and your staff go about it early on this week?
We're just focused on App State, and I think that was the key thing that Jalil touched on in practice is just focus on App State, focus on competing, and that's when we've been good. That's when we've got out of when we've had a chance to practice and got out of some valleys. We just focused on App State. The tournament starts tomorrow, so I mean we're going to be in Boone as the tournament starts, and then as the tournament continues on Wednesday, we're going to be in Boone, which is nice. And so we just got to go down there and take 1 game at a time. If you look at it, which I did today, since 2019, there's been 2 8 seeds, a 6 seed, make it to the championship game. There's been an 11 seed make it to the semis twice. So it's going to be crazy, and that's what people like about it. But I think we've got a team that's built for the tournament.
Coach, appreciate it as always. Good luck this week.
Thanks for everybody that continues to come out every week. We appreciate you. Go Mountaineers, take the stairs.
That's head coach Dustin Kearns here on Mountaineer Talk at River Street Ale House. App Nation, don't forget to renew your football season tickets by the March 31st deadline. Excitement is brewing for the 2025 season and the beginning of the Dowell Loggins era. The season kicks off on Friday, August 29th at Bank of America Stadium for the Dukes Mayo Classic against the Charlotte 49ers. Ticket pre-sales have begun for Yosef Club members, and tickets open up to the general public in April. So again, don't forget to get on that here in the coming weeks. More Mountaineer Talk right after this from Learfield.
Winning team is more than the sum of its parts in sports and in life. At Blue Ridge Energy, we share the same commitment to excellence as the Appalachian State men's and women's basketball teams. That's why we'll never stop working to provide the energy solutions your family needs and the community deserves. Blue Ridge Energy is proud to be part of the community, proud to be part of App Nation, and proud to partner with App State. Together, we're powering a brighter future. Go Mountaineers!
More and more Mountaineer fans are choosing to go modern at Modern Ford of Boone. When you buy with Go Modern, you can choose your vehicle, value your trade, pick your payments, apply for credit, even complete your entire purchase online, or just do the parts you want and pick up where you left off at the dealership. Go Modern puts you in control so you can buy where you want, when you want, and how you want. For your next vehicle, go Modern. Get started at modernfordofboone.com. Proud supporter of App State Athletics.
We'll have more Mountaineer talk right after these local messages on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
This winter, escape to Boone, North Carolina. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Boone offers snow-covered adventure paired with cozy mountain lodging. Shred pristine slopes, enjoy the thrill of snow tubing, or stroll the glowing streets of downtown Boone with local shops, delicious dining, and endless options for creature comfort and wellness. So we ask, can you feel the Blue Ridge Mountains beckoning? If so, come, explore Boone.
App State's top-ranked online MBA is designed for you. It's a flexible, accredited, part-time program that works with your busy schedule and allows you to earn your MBA in 2 years. Learn online from the same faculty who teach on campus with the unmatched personalized interaction and support we're known for at Appalachian. Your App State MBA is within reach, wherever you are in life. Take the next step. Apply today for spring, summer, or fall admission at appstate.edu.
You're locked in to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, talking all things App State basketball. Let's rejoin your host, Matt Present.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk here in this Monday night. Thanks for being with us wherever you're catching us, Facebook Live, across your radio dial, or here in person at River Street Ale House. Elena Pericic joining in the show now, and this is your first season with this team. What has it been like? Some ups and downs throughout the year, but getting a chance to play at the Division I level, I'm sure, is something that was really appealing for you about App State.
I mean, it's been really fun. The team is great. Coaches are great. My first D1 year, it's been a lot of things that I needed to get used to. I needed to change my game a little bit. But at the end of the day, I really love playing in this team, and I really love this.
What are those things? What are those adjustments that you had to make?
Well, I wasn't really used to play against bigger girls, stronger girls than me under the basket, and Coach R wanted to make that adjustment. I mean, I was always shooting the ball, but it was just like, now I need to do both and trying to be the best I can.
Let's go back in your career. You grew up in Croatia.
Yes.
What is basketball like there? How did you first get into it?
Well, I was in second grade of primary school, and one of the coaches came to do some like drills, whatever, and I really liked it. And after that, I started practicing with boys, and I was practicing with boys for probably like 3-4 years, and I figured that I'm kind of good at it. So we never had a women's team, and because of me, that we kind of started women's basketball in my town, and I don't know, from then, like, I just never stopped playing basketball.
That's quite the legacy you leave there. Describe your town. How do you tell people in the United States about where you grew up?
I mean, it's a really small town. It's like almost like Boone.
Okay.
We just have ocean, so we don't have mountains. So let's say it like that. I don't know, really tiny town. Know almost everybody. Most of the people are playing sports like soccer, basketball, volleyball. That's it.
At what point did coming to the U.S. to play basketball in college, when did that get on your radar? When did that become something that you really wanted to pursue?
Well, actually, my mom been to States. She was on like student exchange, and she been here for 2 years, and she was like, Ellen, I think you should go and try. Because like basketball in Croatia is like competitive until some age. But after you pass that age, it's really like only just like hooping, and that's it. But my mom was like, you should go, you should try, whatever. So I got an agent, and we kind of like got into contact and started talking about it really like seriously.
Obviously, there's so many reasons why it's been great for you. What is the battle, though, to be away from home and to be on the other side of the world?
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, it's been harder for me in my freshman year. Right now, I'm okay with it. Like, I know that I'm going to be away from home for like 9-10 months. So I'm just like calling my mom every single day, texting her about everything. and like we are always in contact. So it's not that hard anymore, but like it still gets harder sometimes.
You talk about your size and that being something that has forced adjustments in the game, but I would think there's plenty of people that have to adjust to you as someone who's over 6 feet tall that shoots the three-pointer the way you do. What is it like to be able to step out and shoot as someone who I think probably people would expect to be more of an inside presence?
I mean, I love it. And I'm glad that Coach Sharp is allowing me to do both. And I like that my team trusted me and passing me the balls, even though if I like have 2-3 misses in a row, they're still looking for me and trying to create for me. So I really love that part of the basketball.
What is it about Coach Sharp and App State and her system that attracted you to Boone? Because when you first came to the U.S., you were playing Division II at Salem University. So what is it about this program and about this staff that got you here to Boone?
Just the way of basketball that they play. It's really similar to what I'm used to play. And I just don't know, like coaching staff had a really good vibe. And when I was here for my visit, I really loved them. I like the campus. I like the school, especially the big gym. And I don't know, just the way how like they treated me on my visit and just the way how we talk about basketball, I knew that they have something special going on. So I just wanted to be a part of something exciting.
All right, last one. I think this is interesting. In your bio, it says one of your hobbies is nail artistry.
Oh, God, yeah.
So you paint other people's nails? What goes into this?
Well, I used to do it when I was home all the time. But now when I'm in States, I'm not doing it really anymore. So.
Okay, but when you're back home, if you really wanted to, go the extra mile just beyond the basic polish, like what does that look like?
Well, you have a big lamp and like you have a person sitting in front of you and it's just like you're putting gel and all that. And it's really like, I don't know, I'm finding that really comfortable and like it's making me calm. So like I want to do that still, but it just kind of like all those things are heavy and I wanted to bring them here, but they were too heavy for my bags.
Fair enough.
So I'll try to bring them next year. So.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Elena, thanks so much for joining us here on Mountaineer Talk.
Thank you.
Elena Pericic on the show here this evening. We will take a timeout, come back with head coach Alora Sharp. But first, Alumni Hall, the official online store of App State Athletics. Shop the latest and largest selection of App State apparel, hats, yetis, and all of your game day gear, including brands like Nike, by visiting Alumni Hall on King Street, or shop anytime at appstatesports.com or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, the ultimate Mountaineer shopping destination. More of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after these words from Learfield.
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
It's electric here at the home center. Holy cow, what a no-look pass. And another, and another. Never have I seen this many assists in one possession. This is flawless execution, Bob.
Hey, I'm thirsty too, but watching bottles of ice-cold Pepsi get passed from vendors down to the Mountaineer fans in the middle seats is not the play-by-play we're here to do. Eyes back on the court. I'll buy you a Pepsi at the half.
No one's better than you, Bob.
It's App State hoop season, so pass the Pepsi, proud partner of Mountaineer basketball.
Mountaineer Talk is back in 60 seconds after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They are America's most trusted remodeler and the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now for more App State Hoops talk, here's Matt Present.
Welcome back to the show. Head coach Alora Sharp alongside as we continue from River Street Ale House in Boone. And coach, we were visiting with Elena Pericic here on the show a minute ago, and let's talk about her and her journey and your recruiting of her to come to join your team this season. I know that when you first got here, you talked about all the different avenues that were important to come together for your team, the JUCO ranks, the high school ranks, the different division ranks. She comes from D2. Why was she a great fit?
Well, I think when you get to know her, that's what makes her the right fit right away. She has a really fun-loving, outgoing personality. You heard a little bit when she talked about doing nails and stuff like that. But, we had the chance to study her game two different ways. One, on our Croatian national team, where she averaged a double-double at a really high level, and two, evaluating her at the Division II level. And we saw that she could score. She is a great fit for our style of play of where we want to go with the program of having bigs that can step out and shoot the ball. I know a lot of people talk about her scoring and her shooting and how she's developed on the block, but what she does really, really well is she can really pass and distribute from the high post, from the low post. She can thread the needle and really does a good job of hitting our guards, slashing to the basket. But her best basketball is ahead of her. She's developed so much in her mental game, her physical game, figuring out how to go against the power in the Sun Belt, because it is a lot of power in the paint, and she's starting to figure out how to counter and use her great basketball IQ to her advantage.
When you talk about a player who develops in the mental game, what is that? What does that look like?
Well, college basketball, Division I, it's really hard and really challenging. And so it comes with these ups and downs of, you play at Salem, any shot is good. There's not necessarily all this rigid of we do things this way all the time. And so that wears on kids right away. And I think there was a point in time, I remember with Elle, that she just started leaning into the changes. And that's a part of the middle game, is just accepting, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm trusting the process. I'm willing to change. And then it becomes frustrating because you can't get it changed in your game right away. Then there's another process of, okay, I'm doing it in my workouts. I'm doing it in practice. I see it on film. And then you can see those things for Elle just start to click. And she's able to take what she has from muscle memory and the mental side of it, getting it applied to the actual live game experience. And that's a part of the middle game while dealing with failure in the meantime. You might get your shot blocked, then you've got to learn from it, then you got to watch on film, and all that stuff is really hard, and you have to have the great ability of stick with it as a player.
I asked her about her size and being such a comfortable perimeter player, and she mentioned the fact that your style of play is more similar to the style of play in Europe and where she grew up. Why does that make her such a good fit for your system?
Well, I go back to the basketball IQ, just her ability to face the basket, play inside out, pass, just understanding the game of basketball. A lot of times the American game is a lot of dribbling, a lot of attacking, a lot of kind of driving in and taking hard shots around the basket. In Europe, they just play a very pure game of basketball where they really move the ball. They play with a 24-second shot clock, so they understand tempo, they understand pace, and that's similar to how we want to play. That's why we'll always have some European players on our roster.
All right, let's talk about this last stretch. I know it hasn't been easy, but you talked about ups and downs throughout the season. What is it like to be able to hit the reset button heading into tournament play?
Yeah. You know, I feel like we've done some things better as a team. I go back to the Georgia Southern game. I thought we got a great start. We got a little bit bogged down in our second quarter. We came out, in the third quarter, we really challenged our team to really hit first. We got up 14. You fast forward the end of that game, you lose in a buzzer beater. There's some teaching points of, we did a lot of things well enough. But closing out games, finding a way to do that, looking at the last stretch, you're 3 possessions away from being the 4 seed or the 3 seed. And so just trying to get your team to understand, the importance of going all in on every possession, whether it's a good defensive block out here or if I'm a crasher to the offensive glass going hard every single possession, the one time you take that possession off might be the game-winning offensive rebound because it's not the final 2 minutes of the game. It's all those decisions and good plays stacked together throughout the course of the game, and that's how you win. I truly believe that your path is your path, and I told the team today, standing in front of them, kind of like what Dustin said. I mean, I like our side of the bracket. We've beat almost every team on that side except for one team, and I know we have it in us to kind of dig out of the trenches. We've been here after College of Charleston. We had a great month of January where we went on a run, and we've lost a few games by possessions. We've had a few games where we didn't fight like we needed to, and I think all of that has primed us for what's important right now, and it's the reset button, like you said. And it all starts with belief and will and want to, and our team wants to do that. Everything we need lives inside of us. And I feel like there's another level in our team that we can get to. And, a lot of times different kids step up in postseason, because the kids on the scouting reports get a lot of attention, just like the one you just interviewed. She's going to get a lot of attention on the outside and on the inside. And so it takes those other players of having confidence and stepping up and to the March Madness. That was the first thing I started with our team today, was just making sure they really understand what March Madness is. And it's exactly that. So I'm looking forward to the tournament. And I thought we had a great practice today and a great response by our team.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back and break down the bracket right after this. And while we know you guys are enjoying your time here at River Street Ale House in Boone, make sure to also check out Town Tavern Blowing Rock for a great dining experience. They're open for lunch, dinner, and later. They've got 19 flat-screen TVs for you to catch the game. They also boast the largest outdoor dining area in the High Country. So make sure to stop by Town Tavern Blowing Rock on your next trip to the High Country. More of Laura Sharp and Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after this from Learfield.
Adrenaline fuel, spin, drive, make my move. I rise to the rim, windmill, smash, lights, flash. Then glide back down to a thunderous sound, slam, dunk.
This performance was brought to you by the legendary Ford Bronco SUV, celebrating the bold and confident spirits that play on the court and off-road. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
For over 60 years, Daniel Boone Inn has been serving Boone and the High Country delicious family-style meals that take you back to your grandma's table. Whether it's our family-style dinner with our signature fried chicken and country ham biscuits served with traditional Southern vegetables, or our classic Southern breakfast with such favorites as scrambled eggs, local country ham, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, and more, you're sure to feel right at home at the Daniel Boone Inn. So be sure to stop by in pregame, postgame, or let us prepare your next tailgate at the Rock.
We'll have more Mountaineer Talk right after these local messages on the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Triple T Pumping has served the residents and businesses of the High Country with the highest quality septic pumping for more than 20 years. Triple T Pumping services Watauga, Ashe, and Avery County and specializes in both residential and commercial septic and grease pumping and Porta-John rentals. Triple T also has restroom trailers to rent out for special events. To learn more about all of Triple T's pumping services and to get on their schedule, make sure to visit TripleTPumping.com or by giving them a call at 828-262-5745. Triple T Pumping's proud partner of App State Athletics.
Tired of sitting on the sidelines because of nagging shoulder, hip, knee, or back pain? Let App Ortho get you back in the game. Offering advanced treatments for shoulder, hip, knee, and back pain, App Ortho offers same-day appointments and telehealth visits. App Ortho is also the official sports medicine and orthopedic provider for App State Athletics. Stop sitting on the sidelines and call App Ortho today. 828-386-2663 or visit apprhs.org.
You're locked in to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, talking all things App State basketball. Let's rejoin your host, Matt Present.
All right, welcome back to the show as we continue our conversation with head coach Alora Sharp. And tournament play for your team starts on Friday in the 4th round, same as the men. We asked Dustin Kearns about his thoughts on the format. I know it's a very unique format to have the Sun Belt stretched out the way it is. What are your thoughts? What do you like about it?
Yeah, I guess I don't have an opinion yet necessarily, not experiencing it, but I think the bye is great. I mean, I think the fact that teams had to travel yesterday and head on down there, and it's nice to be able to have the day to practice. We went hard in our practice today. Tomorrow will be a little bit lighter, and then we'll continue to kind of lighten up throughout the week, just so we've got a little juice headed down to play 4 games. And but I also like the fact that we don't know our opponent, so we can lock in and just really focus on the last few things that we've got to clean up to go down there and compete and play some good basketball. I'm excited for my first Sun Belt tournament experience. The arena, you see it on film, and a lot of people have talked about how chilly it is, so we'll make sure that we bring our closed-toed shoes down there.
Yes, there is ice underneath the floor. It is a hockey arena much of the season. All right, it is your first Sun Belt tournament, but you've been through conference tournaments before, and a very successful one last year at Presbyterian that you guys won and got a bid to the NCAA tournament. So in your career and your experience, what are the things that lend themselves to success once you get to tournament play?
Well, I think a couple things. I think number one, the will and the want to. Does the team want to do it together for each other? Is that collective passion and pride still alive on your team? That is a box that is checked for us. I do feel like we want it for each other. Our hearts and our head is in the right place, which is the first step. I think the second thing is kind of that mental side of things. You've got to be just a little more teed in, a little more locked in. I remember last year going through our tournament run and kind of similar. We lost our last game of the season and went from a second place or third place finish to a 5th place. So we won it going in as the 5 seed last year. And it was just amazing that the players did all the leadership. Every time I'd go to a huddle, the players have got to be kind of leading each other. And you feel like their player development is going to start peaking and taking over at the right time when they get themselves to that kind of mental dial-in and they level up their effort, their intensity, and that mental side of things. It's amazing what can happen for a group. And we have no pressure on us. It's almost like I told them today, the 6th seed was meant to be for us. We go in free. We didn't handle pressure very well in the month of February. So now there's no pressure. There's this nothing to lose, everything to gain mentality. And I think it's going to help us play more free, which is when we're at our best.
How do you and your staff divide and conquer the preparation from not knowing your opponent early in the week to the potential to play several games in back-to-back situations?
Yeah, your staff is so huge in the tournament, and just making sure everybody is ready. So, we got together as a staff and we just looked at who has what scouts, and it actually has lined up pretty well. So you do a little bit of front-end work, but after we kind of see who makes it through that first round, then we can be or second round, then we could be a little more geared in. Texas State is on our side of the bracket. We're 1 game away from playing them. We did not play them at all. So both Coach McKee and Coach Thomas, neither one really have a scout on our side of the bracket. So we're going to split that scout in half and let them kind of go at that together. But it's an all hands on deck with our staff. I mean, everyone's all in, helping out. I think it's important for me to be at my best, our staff to be at our best, so we can ask the team to be at their best.
Lastly, Elena talked about growing up and playing against and with boys in Croatia. You guys also use male practice players. What has their role been? What has their value been to you guys this season?
Yeah, thank you for bringing them up. I love those guys. We would not be where we are without them. They make us uncomfortable in practice with their size, their speed, their athleticism. They are so committed to our program. There is not enough words or actions to thank them enough. They get paid nothing. They show up every day. They give their best. We get on them. We coach them. We make sure they crash and do all the things. And they are a total extension of our program. And I love those guys like family.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck this week.
Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, Coach Alora Sharp with us here on Mountaineer Talk. We'll come back and preview the tournament as Mountaineer Talk rolls along right after this from Learfield.
A winning team is more than the sum of its parts. And in life, at Blue Ridge Energy, we share the same commitment to excellence as the Appalachian State men's and women's basketball teams. That's why we'll never stop working to provide the energy solutions your family needs and the community deserves. Blue Ridge Energy is proud to be part of the community, proud to be part of App Nation, and proud to partner with App State. Together, we're powering a brighter future. Go Mountaineers!
Thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
Mountaineer Talk postgame is presented by Town Tavern Blowing Rock and River Street Ale House, your high country football headquarters. Our great food and drink specials are available throughout the week. Visit us every Thursday for our famous wing nights, Mondays for taco night, and Tuesdays for half-price pizzas. Then, as always, we will have all the games on our high-def TVs for a weekend full of football. Come see us at Town Tavern Blowing Rock and River Street Ale House, or visit our newest location, Town Tavern of Banner Elk.
Mountaineer Talk is back in 60 seconds after these local messages. This is the Appalachian Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is an App State alumni-owned full-service geotechnical engineering, environmental, construction materials testing, and special inspections consulting firm based in Hickory. Maintaining pace with the latest technology and developments allows us to provide cost-effective services. The high number of returning clients reflect their confidence in our staff and our ability to provide quality results. Visit us at cvet.net to learn more. Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is a proud partner of App State Athletics.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now for more App State Hoops talk, here's Matt Present.
All right, wrapping up the show here from River Street Ale House. Thanks for being with us all season long on Mountaineer Talk. Since 1981, Mountaineer Mania has been Boone's one-stop shop for all of your App State gear. The largest selection of tailgating supplies, hats, and one-of-a-kind apparel. Mountaineer Mania has something for everyone. Alumni-owned and operated. Make sure your next trip to Boone includes a visit to Mountaineer Mania. They've got the largest selection of App State headwear, all under one roof. So both teams, the 6th seed in the tournament for the women, they will face one of the following 4 teams. South Alabama and Marshall play in the 14-11 matchup, and then Texas State, the 10, Louisiana, the 7. So one of those 4 with Troy and Arkansas State as the 3 and the 2 ahead of them in the bracket. James Madison, undefeated in the regular season, got the top spot on the women's side of things. For the men, ULM and Louisiana, the 2 teams playing tomorrow, 14 against 11. Old Dominion, the 10 seed, and then Texas State, the 7. So the Mountaineers will play one of those 4 teams. Troy, the 3 seed, James Madison, the 2 teams ahead of the Mountaineers in the bracket. South Alabama, the 1 seed after the Sun Belt finished with a 4-way tie for first place in the conference standings. Game time is 8:30 for the men on Friday night from Pensacola. Our pregame coverage gets you set beginning at 8 o'clock. Thanks to Blake Robeson back inside our Learfield studios. Thanks to Matty Yates. Thanks to everyone who's joined us all season long. Appreciate it. Matt Present saying so long now for Mountaineer Talk from Learfield.